Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I am Shane.
And I am Nina.
Well, today we're going to talk about learn and grow with student exchange programs.
Ooh.
Aren't you thinking about going on a student exchange program?
Yes, I am. There is this amazing opportunity where I'm able to go to like my dream country to visit.
You mean your dream country is not Taiwan?
I mean,
Besides Taiwan?
Besides Taiwan.
You're already here.
I'm already here,
Okay.
right? So I really wanted, since I was a kid, I really wanted to visit Brazil.
Oh, Brazil.
Yes.
Oh, because you speak Portuguese because you grew up in Portugal,
Well,
right?
actually, I grew up in Portugal, but I grew up speaking English. So I actually don't remember any of my Portuguese. So I think this is a great opportunity for me to, get it back, practice more, and then I can finally speak to my grandparents in Portuguese. That would be great. And yeah, just culturally, I think it's super cool. So I'm very excited. I'm excited to learn the language, learn more about the culture, and being in South America for the first time.
Wow, so you've never even been to South America?
Yeah, never.
At all?
Have you?
No, I haven't
Okay.
either. But actually, I did want to travel to Brazil at one time because I thought it's a really interesting culture there as well. So I'm a little bit jealous.
Well, you can always visit some other time. You don't have to go on an exchange, but backpack maybe.
We got to make sure to keep in touch with us, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, well, why don't we first jump into our lesson?
All right.
Most students are fine with getting a regular education, but I'm not. My name's Tiffany, and I want my studies to be broader and full of more cultural experiences.
Okay, so part one of learn and grow with student exchange programs. So student exchange, so we know exchange as a verb means you give one thing and you receive another thing in return.
Yes.
So an exchange just means that, right? So here we're talking about a student exchange. So you can imagine that if you, for example, you're in Taiwan, you want to go to Brazil, then another student from Brazil could come to Taiwan. So that's the exchange part.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. So let's get into our reading.
All right. Most students are fine with getting a regular education, but I'm not. Okay. Same with me.
Right.
I always wanted to go abroad. I wanted to experience new things.
Yeah, that will be more special, more unique.
Yes.
You can get more experiences that way.
Yeah, and I feel like you can learn more about other cultures, and it would definitely broaden your horizon, make you learn more and see bigger, clearer.
So what does regular mean?
So regular is how maybe something is usually or normally done. So in this case, she was talking about a regular education. She wanted something that was not normal, that was not regular, not something usual.
Special, right? So it's regular, it's
something
not special. It's just the way that it always is.
Yeah, she wants something different.
Okay. My name's Tiffany, and I want my studies to be broader and full of more cultural experiences.
Okay.
She wants them to be broader.
So broad, the word broad is an adjective, which means including a wide range of things. So broad basically just means bigger, right?
Right. So maybe the opposite will be like narrow.
Yeah.
Right? So if you want broad, you want a lot of things included there.
Yeah. So an example sentence would be, the magazine covers a broad range of subjects, from sewing to psychology. That's random.
Right, not just one thing though.
Yes.
So the other vocabulary word is cultural. So cultural just describes something about culture, right? Which is basically the way that a society thinks or behaves, or the customs that they have in that society.
Yeah.
So like in Taiwan, what's something that's, when we think of a cultural thing in Taiwan, what might you think of? I think of stinky tofu.
Food culture, okay.
Food culture.
Food culture. Right? There's also Chinese New Year, giving red envelopes. That's also part of the culture.
That's a part of it. It's a cultural experience that you would also experience in Taiwan.
What do you think is something unique to American culture?
I think unique to American culture, probably the 4th of July.
The 4th of July.
Because the 4th of July, it's our Independence Day in America, so nobody else will celebrate that except us. So if you go there on the 4th of July, everybody will have a big barbecue, and they will light fireworks, and it's just a big party.
Yeah, and everyone's wearing red, white, and blue.
Of course, because we're celebrating America.
Yeah.
When you grew up in Portugal, is there something, some cultural experience you will experience there that you won't experience somewhere else?
The top of my head, the food culture. There's certain types of food. I think pastel de nata. In Taiwan, you call that egg tarts.
Oh, that's right.
That's part of the food.
Sweet egg tarts. Those actually come from Portugal.
Yes, they do. And if you think the ones in Taiwan are good, you have no idea. Like in Portugal, the best egg tarts in the world, in my opinion.
I think that's a good enough reason to go to experience that part of the culture.
Definitely.
I think I will want to go to Portugal.
Yeah, but other than that, with Portugal, the biggest thing that I can say about the culture is it's very, very laid back. It's very relaxed. People don't really worry about work. They like their coffee. You know, they take things slow. Very inefficient, but yeah, it's very relaxed culture.
Well, speaking of relaxing, why don't we take a break and relax a
Sounds
little bit?
good.
So, I applied for a student exchange program, and in my junior year of high school, I became an exchange student. However, I didn't study at a partner school in my home country. Instead, I chose to study at one in Spain. It was my chance to live and learn overseas, and I wasn't going to pass it up.
Hey everyone, welcome back.
All right, so we have Tiffany who wants to apply for a student exchange program.
Yes.
She wants to get a broader education, get some more cultural experiences.
I think that's a very good thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So continue reading.
So I applied for a student exchange program, and in my junior year of high school, I became an exchange student. Oh, okay, so she already became an exchange student.
That seems to be a very common year for people to do maybe a semester or a year abroad. To do a student exchange program, you usually go abroad, which means go to another country, right? So here, we're using junior, it's an adjective. And that means that it's normally the 3rd year in school.
Yeah.
So for example, in America, in our high school, we'll have 4 years. And you begin as a freshman, then you're a sophomore, then you're a junior, then you're a senior. So sometimes it's only 3 years, but junior is always right before senior.
Okay, nice. So probably her 3rd year, she went on an exchange, right? I wonder where she went. Have you ever gotten an opportunity to go abroad as an exchange student?
I've never had an opportunity to be an exchange student, but I have traveled abroad before.
Okay. Yeah, because usually the exchange programs can be quite pricey, right?
Yeah, I think that was one of the main reasons I didn't do it, because I just didn't have the money to join that kind of a program.
Okay, well that's a shame, but at least you got to travel.
Right.
All right.
So continue reading. However, I didn't study at a partner school in my home country.
Okay. What is a partner? So a partner is a noun. It's usually one of 2 people or 2 organizations who do something together or are closely involved.
So partner school, they probably have
They work together
quite often.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so for example, if you're working on a project, if it's just 2 people, then that person is your partner.
Or right now, you're my partner, right?
Yes.
As we're hosting this program.
Yes, we're hosting partners.
So what's the example sentence we have here?
All right, so the example sentence is, children, hold your partner's hand when you cross the street.
Oh, for safety.
Yeah, so they probably have two people as a team, right? So they have to take care of each other.
Okay.
So continuing with the story, instead, I chose to study at one in Spain.
Ooh, that's actually where I wanted to go
really?
as an exchange student. But what I ended up doing instead is I just traveled there independently.
Ah, by yourself.
Right, and I just learned some Spanish. And in fact, I mostly spent time with exchange students because there were a lot of exchange students there. And so I kind of felt like an exchange student, but I didn't have to pay all that money to join the program.
That's good. All right, so you got to meet a lot of people. You got to learn the language.
And got to learn a lot of culture.
¿Cómo estás?
Yeah, bien.
Okay.
I'll continue reading. It was my chance to live and learn overseas, and I wasn't going to pass it up.
Pass it up. That means give it up. Say, oh, I don't need it, right?
So if you pass something up, yeah, that means that you have the opportunity to use something or to do something, but instead you let it go or you just keep going.
Yeah, like I'll pass. That means I think I don't need it.
Right.
All right.
How about overseas?
Overseas is an adverb. So it's in, from, or to other countries.
Okay.
So I can say, oh, I'm going to be overseas this weekend. Like, oh, I'm going to be out of the country this weekend.
Right. So,
that's an example.
Or instead of saying I'm going to Spain, I don't want people to know where I am.
Yeah.
I'm afraid maybe that someone's going to follow me. I'm saying, I'm just going overseas.
Yeah, so basically leaving the country.
I mean, I think, generally speaking, if you're an exchange student, then you're going to be going overseas.
Yes.
But it's not necessarily overseas. For example, right? Maybe you live in France and you want to go and study in Germany. You can be an exchange student, but you didn't actually go overseas. There's no sea to go across.
That's true. Yeah, but the people use it. They still use it in a way just to be from, oh, I come from a different country. You still might say, oh, overseas.
Yeah,
right?
So it is a way of talking, but it's not always true.
Yeah.
It means you actually had to cross over some sea.
Yeah.
But we know what you mean if
Yeah.
you say, I'm going overseas.
Yes. All
Okay,
right.
I think that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed today's lesson.
And we'll see you next time.
Most students are fine with getting a regular education, but I'm not. My name's Tiffany, and I want my studies to be broader and full of more cultural experiences. So I applied for a student exchange program, and in my junior year of high school, I became an exchange student. However, I didn't study at a partner school in my home country. Instead, I chose to study at one in Spain. It was my chance to live and learn overseas, and I wasn't going to pass it up.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下这一课的重点单字。第一个 broad， 它是一个形容词，表示范围广的。The magazine covers a broad range of subjects, from history to technology. 那份杂志涉及内容广泛，从历史到科技无所不包。Technology 就是指科技，是一个名词。下一个单字 junior， 它是一个形容词，表示美国4年制中学或大学的3年级的这个意思。它同时也可以指名词大学3年级生。我们先来看一个形容词的用法。It's a junior class. You are in the wrong classroom. 这是大3的课程，你走错教室了。我们来看一下名词的例句。He's a junior at Harvard University. 他是哈佛大学的3年级生。我们来看一下1年级、2年级、3年级新生一直到毕业生怎么说呢？第一个1年级生 freshman。第二个2年级 sophomore。3年级生 junior。4年级生 senior。下一个单字 partner， 名词合伙搭档。 Peter gave up his job as a police officer after his partner was killed. Peter 在搭档被杀之后辞去了警官的工作。下一个单字 overseas， overseas 这是一个副词，在海外，到海外。Many more people work overseas these days. 如今有更多的人在海外工作。接着我们来看一下这一课的重点文法。第一个 ，Somebody is fine with doing something. 某人能够接受、不介意做某件事情。Fine 在这里指的是可接受的。I am fine with traveling alone, but many of my friends are not. 我不介意一个人去旅行，但我有很多朋友无法接受。下一个文法 apply for something， 申请某一个资格或者是学校。动词 apply 指的是申请。How can I apply for a student visa to study in the UK？ 我该如何申请学生签证去英国念书？最后一个 pass up， 错过、放弃。在这里，它是一个可以分开的动词片语。I passed up the invitation to Emma's party。我谢绝出席 Emma 的派对邀请。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Fonglin Trail is a popular trail in Ji'an Township, Hualien. The trail has some of the best views of the East Rift Valley and Hualien City. There are many places to stop, rest, and enjoy the view along the path. Many different kinds of plants grow along the path. Some maple trees' leaves turn a beautiful red color in late autumn. For a great view of Hualien City at day and night, head to Fonglin Trail.
See you next time!